Hi, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Stryperdrive. I'm one of your hosts, Kent, along with my buddy,
Rex.
So we're just grateful to be here and want to thank everybody for your friendship and watching the videos. And thank you to Brett Christensen on last episode. And so, Rex, today we are, Even the Devil Believes was released on the 4th. And we're just kind of, friends, this is going to be a long one. It's a full album reaction video. Full disclosure, I have heard snippets of the songs in making some editing preparations for this video. But aside from Blood from Above and Make Love Great Again, which were the released songs, and Do Unto Others with the video, I have heard those 3 songs in full, but the rest of the songs I've only heard snippets of here and there. I've never heard them all the way through or in a manner that I was able to concentrate and give them my full attention. So for me, this will be, the majority of it will be a reaction video. Rex, really quickly, I also want to say this. One of our online friends, Iridium, being as this is a full album reaction video, if you'd like to go and just check out the songs in their chunk format, each individual songs for a good reaction video, I think Rex would agree with me. We recommend Iridium Rock, Metal, and Movie Reviews on YouTube for individual song reactions. So that said, Rex, I'm going to give you the floor. You can briefly tell what you've heard, and I know that you were able to make the listening party, if you want to talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, I've probably, I'm trying to limit how much I listen to the album until we do this video, but I've probably heard the whole album about 5 times. Some of the other songs, as you mentioned, I've heard more. So mine's might be a little bit more of a review type of thing versus reaction, but I'll also try to do that. And the listening party was awesome. They played the album in full. They played about 3 songs at a time and then would stop and talk about it. They also had some questions, and everyone that was in there could chat with each other. So I liked that. They talked some more about what they did in the studio with that. And it was just great to see the band's reaction to, and Michael was really getting into it, which was fun to see.
Very cool. Friends out there, I just want you to know that Rex is kind of our social media guy between the two of us. So while Rex gets to have all the fun and party with Stryper, I'm behind the scenes working.
I want to just make a comment about that right now, Kent. You do a lot of the behind the scenes, and I just want to just say a special thank you for all the editing, and I know that takes a lot of time, and so I just want to thank you for your part with doing all this editing for our videos.
Well, I really enjoy doing it, and I'm glad that you're the social guy, because I'm happy doing what I'm doing, and couldn't be done without you. So it's a great team up here. Rex, really quick, and friends out there, we're bringing this up at the forefront because you might be interested in knowing this information, and then we'll get into the reactions here. Rex, excuse me, at that listening party, Rex, it was brought up about a young lady named Lexi Simon, and the band paid her said some kind words in memoriam, and her pictures inside of the album there, and you got to experience you got to hear the story firsthand. So. And I know that you've heard from a couple people. So just tell about that really quick for our friends out there listening.
Yeah, I wondered in the credits, and there's a picture also, they dedicate the album to Lexi Simon. So during the listening party, I specifically asked about that, who was this person, what was the situation. And I got a response actually from Michael's wife, Lisa, and she just wrote, that would be Lexi Simon, who is the daughter of a close friend and sponsor of the band. She loved rock music and was taken away much too young. And I thought, okay, that explains that. But then I was shocked and surprised. Both Lexi's father actually was in this listening party, and he also responded. And I'm just going to read what he responded back to me. His name is Mike Simon, and he said, our beautiful daughter Lexi Simon was killed tragically on our lake at the beginning of the summer. The entire band and all in the Stryper camp with their golden big hearts dedicated it to her. Could not be more touched by their generosity. God bless the Stryper camp. Mike, Diane, CJ, Taylor, and Lacey Simon. So that was very touching to me. I guess she was on some sort of a jet ski and there was an accident on their lake with that. So just for everyone to know, that's the story and the situation why they dedicated the album to Lexi. So we just pray for the family, and we just thank Stryper for doing that.
Okay, yeah. And so now we know the full story, so to speak, and I'm sure that we'll pause and reflect and think about the family whenever we listen to this album and read the liner notes. And so our thoughts and prayers with the Simon family in knowing this information. So, all right, buddy, we're just going to get into this. You ready to do a reaction and / review?
Yes.
We'll just get into this here, friends, and see what we get here. Our first song, Rex, is Blood from Above. So here we go. Rex, Blood
Yes.
from Above. What are your thoughts, man?
Definitely one of the heaviest tracks from the album. The guitars in the beginning are incredible. Michael's voice is still top notch with those screams. The solo in the middle of the song, it's that typical what you would expect from Stryper for solos and the guitar sound. It's really a hard rocking or song to kick off the album.
Okay. My thoughts, I just first of all like to thank the visual timekeeper, Robert Sweet, for keeping me headbanging for 37 years or however long it's been. Quick thoughts, it comes out of the gate swinging. Let you know Stryper's ready to rock. Great opening fretwork. I love that. You know, I can't do it, but great fretwork. And I love the very cool time signature changes going on between the verses and the chorus. Perry's bass lines, too. I can hear some of his little bass riffs, bass lines. So, good stuff. I dig it. So those are my quick thoughts on Blood from Above. So you ready to rock on?
Yes.
All right, let's rock on then. We'll go to Make Love Great Again. Rex.
Yes, I'm still writing.
You just tell me when you're ready to make love great again.
I am. Yeah, I love the weird sounding bass sound at the beginning of the song. That is something really different that we haven't heard, and I'm sure that's due to Perry. And also throughout the song, there's that bass sound again comes back. It's a really good mid-tempo song. The chorus is awesome with the background vocals. There's also some different guitar sounds in the verses. I don't know really how to explain it that I've noticed. Part of the solo, there's a definite Van Halen-ish to it also in part of the solo. And the guitar sound at the end of the song is really cool, how it just stretches out there at the end. That is really awesome too.
Yeah, that adds those guitars at the end, really nice nuance to the atmosphere of the song on the fade out. I know what you're saying, and I know what you're talking about regarding those other guitars that you were mentioning. I just, I always pick up on Perry's bass lines going into the main groove. Like when the song starts, he has this little running bass riff, and before they get into the first verse, getting into it. And I'll just say, Perry's bass work, I'm not discrediting anything from the past. I'm not just trying to purposely just say Perry, 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 but I can't help but notice in this release, Perry's bass lines are very distinct, and I'm enjoying what I'm hearing. So kudos to Perry. Make Love Great Again for me. It sports a great groove. Digging Perry's bass lines, and it has a very poignant message for today, as does the rest of this album. This whole album just seems to be an album for the times. Couldn't be any better, So that's it for me on Make Love Great Again. Are you ready to let him in, Rex?
Yes.
The next song, here we go. Let Him In.
And whosoever believes in him
How was that for you, Kent?
I love that song. It has a bounce.
Yeah.
It has a bounce to it that I really dig. The fretwork, it's fast and fun. I like the juxtaposition. The verse and chorus has that fast and fun fretwork, but then on the bridge, there's a juxtaposition where it slows down and just, good songwriting. Stryper's always had that. That's my take on Let Him In. I like that. And Michael Sweet, his vocals haven't waned. That's my take on it. I dig it.
Okay. Yeah, this song is right up there. It's one of my favorite songs from the album. The guitars are just spectacular, and somehow Robert's drumming perfectly matches the guitars for that song. It's just, they're both in sync. I don't know really how to explain it any better. I also just think as a whole, this is like the Stryper sound updated for 2020. You definitely can tell the Van Halen influence on it too, in my opinion. And yeah, Michael's voice there at the end. Wow. That's all.
Now, Rex,
yes,
you've got to be careful with those Van Halen references because, Against the Law gets some blowback from Michael for being the Van Halen album.
Yeah,
I'm teasing. It's
I know, but I mean, it's there. When we get into some other songs, there's some other influences from other bands, too. But yeah, this is definitely in my top 2 or 3 songs from the album.
And we all have every musician has their influences. So it's okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Right.
Just a little tongue-in-cheek humor there.
Sure.
So, Do Unto Others. We ready to head that direction?
Oh, yes. I
All
can't
right.
wait.
Rex.
Yeah. Wow is all I got to say. Not really, but that's definitely the best song off the album, in my opinion. It's got the crunchy guitars. Robert's drumming again is top notch. I never could be a drummer, but if I could, that's what I'd love to do. But so I just noticed drum parts in that, and that is just incredible. You saw me just doing that during the song. The chorus just blows me away. I don't even know how to explain it. There's a little, like, at the beginning of it, almost like melancholiness, or I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it just gets me. And then it goes on. But and the solo, yeah, yeah, it's just mind blowing. And then there, towards the end of the song, it does that dun 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 part. That's not a very good how to describe it, but I really like that too, where they sort of change it up a little bit there. And then the lyrics, yeah, the lyrics too, they're really, yeah, that's all I can say, I guess.
Yeah, this song has a lot of little intricacies in it. I'll begin. Of course, I edited and borrowed clips from their 3 videos, for the presentation. On that note, I think Do Unto Others is the best video that they've released in years. But we're talking about the music on the album. A lot of little intricacies. The main groove, another killer groove to this song. During the solo portion, and the great guitar soloing, but there's this rhythm guitar, there's this swing in this rhythm guitar. Da, 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 da. And I'm probably not getting it quite right because I've only heard it just a very few times. But I love that little swinging rhythm guitar part that's underneath the solo. That captured my ear when I heard a portion of it, of course, with the video. But this will be about the only lyric I think I'll comment on. The lyric in this song, if we would love each other, maybe we would heal, not suffer. Man, if the world would just chew on that. Great lyric. Anyway, so let's get to the title track of this album, unless you want to add anything.
No, yeah, it's gotten a lot of views on YouTube. So yeah, the video, of course, too, is one of the better videos. So
currently, this album, Rex, that I've seen on the official Stryper Fan Club and all that on Facebook, it sits at #1 on the Amazon sellers. So that's awesome. Congratulations to Stryper, and I'm glad that all of us fans, you and myself and the rest of the world, the people who are, glad we're sticking to our band that promotes the truth. Let's move right along now. Even the devil believes. Taken from the book of James. Rex,
Yeah.
are you a believer in the song Even the Devil Believes?
Yes. One reason why I really like this song, I think the drums are more higher in the mix, which I just love that. That guitar harmonic that they do just adds the perfect touch in there. I mean, without that, it would still be a great song, but just those little things just really just make the song even better. I don't know how they come up with these solos. Oh my goodness, every single one of them have been mind-blowing. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I don't know what to say.
I really like this song. I like it even better than, and that's the purpose. Our very first episode, we did the promotional
Right.
clips, our thoughts.
Preview clips.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And I liked the song when it chugged into the chorus. I was kind of iffy on the snippets of verse that I heard, but hearing the full song, I really like it because it all comes together with what you're saying, the different harmonics. I was appreciating the little outro lick on guitar with this song. Right at the end, it was different. I do love the main riff to this song. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na, you know, and I've only heard it just very few times. But I love the main guitar riff. Man, there's some killer soloing and trade-offs in this song. If there are, I believe that they are doing some trade-offs. And there's a cool halftime where the instrumentation drops out and it's just the drums.
Yes.
They do that in halftime. Robert does. They break it down. So that's very cool, the breakdown. And then toward the end, it gets into double time. Very cool on that stuff. Full disclosure here, when I was a kid in junior high, I never had a drum set then. But, you know, I would play air guitar to Oz Fox, but I would also play air drums with Robert Sweet. So anyway, just full disclosure there. We're going to get into how to fly, and you just ready to take off, Rex, with how to fly? See where we land?
Yep, sounds good.
All right.
I've always looked at
Where are you landing with How to Fly, Rex?
You had mentioned this in our first episode about this song, but yeah, definitely just you could see yourself just cruising along with this song playing. It's a little lighter sounding Stryper song for the album. Kind of 80s sounding. There's definite, Queen sounds there in one part of the song, which is really cool. The background vocals really stand out, I think, in this song too. They are stellar. Just a good song.
I agree. My notes to this, it's quite different. It's unlike any other Stryper song ever recorded. It's quite good. It moves into Beatle-esque and ELO territory. ELO, of course, being Electric Light Orchestra. And you could also put Queen in there too. But yes, the lyrically and some of the moves. I think there's one part when he says the word down, and then in the background, I don't know if they say "oh" or "up," but I'm not going to attempt to do it. That song's just a fun ride, man. I dig it. It's unlike any other Stryper song. Great job on that. A lot of. It's just neat the growth. If you were comparing How to Fly with, man, anything from Yellow and Black Attack, even through To Hell with the Devil. This song's unlike anything like that. I could kind of hear this song maybe on In God We Trust. Of course, this song, in my humble opinion, has a lot better production than In God We Trust, okay? But In God We Trust had those big vocals to them. But How to Fly is a great song, and that's all I'll say about it. Very impressed with it. So, you want to move on to Divider?
Yes.
Okay. Rex,
Yes.
you want to divide up divider?
Yeah. I'm gonna put you on the spot. What band does that song remind you of? Heavy metal band. Do you think it has a little bit of Priest sounding in that? Parts of it?
I'll be honest. I am a casual Judas Priest fan.
Okay.
I have Judas Priest greatest hits, one of the greatest hits albums, and I haven't listened to it in a while. They're
Okay.
nothing against Priest, they're just not one of my go-to bands.
Sure.
And I do respect. I mean, I know Rob Halford is like he's like one of the three tenors of metal. You know, him and Bruce Dickinson and Ronnie James Dio.
To me, that song you can hear some Priest influences on there. I think for sure. It's very thumping, that the bass, and it's just boom, boom, boom. And the bass sounds, there's those unique sounds again in parts of the song. There's gang vocals in there that we've talked about before, but those were recorded at their studio that February, where they had that Stryper Fan Weekend, and so that's pretty cool. The drums in that one section, very different. I don't even know how to explain it exactly, but there's like echo, and which I thought that's really cool too in that song. So I like that song too.
Well, I really think Divider has a killer groove. The main riff to that song. Now, when you were asking me if I thought it sounded like Judas Priest, I mean, I'm going to be really honest. And yeah, I hear that in the main groove. But see, my mind reverted a different direction.
Okay.
Fill in the blank here, Rex. Step inside. Walk this way. You and me, babe. Hey.
Okay. More Def Leppard.
Hey.
Okay.
Divider.
Okay.
Hey, I'm hearing in my mind, when you ask me, I'm going to the I don't know if it's the chorus or the pre-chorus, but my mind went to the haze, the big gang haze, and I'm hearing Outsider, Divider, and I don't know if it's a synthesizer part or the bass with an effect. Bum bum, hey, bum bum. Hey. I'm hearing Def Leppard in there during the Hysteria album.
I can see that also. Yep.
But so my mind just went a different direction, is why I balked at the question. I'm thinking the whole song through, which again I've only heard. That's my first time of actually hearing it all the way through.
Okay.
In a concentrated listening. I can hear a juxtaposition of Judas Priest and Def Leppard, which is cool, you know. But it's all Stryper. So I really like that song. I'll be honest, the dropout in the middle of it, and again, that was kind of Def Leppard-esque.
Yes.
For the Hysteria album, and then the drums come in and it's got the flange sound.
Yes.
And Michael's doing a scream, and then it kicks back into the song. That dropout surprised me, but anyway, cool tune, man. So, so this next song, and I'll go ahead and give the precursor to this. So from Judas Priest and Def Leppard, how about a little John Bon Jovi action?
Sure.
For This I Pray. And I have since heard in an interview Michael Sweet kind of saying that, yeah, it kind of had a Blaze of Glory vibe.
Yep.
But that's what before I even heard Michael Sweet on this interview the other day, that's what I was thinking too, kind of a vibe of that nature. But we'll get into it, and then I'll get your assessment of This I Pray, okay? So
Sure.
here we go. Let me make sure I'm getting my act together here, Rex.
Okay.
Now lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Forgive me, Lord, for I have sinned. Have mercy on the shape I'm in. And if I've fallen from your grace, help me, Lord, to find my place. I'm in a storm with no way out. The water's rough, I'm tossed about. I know that there's blue skies above. It's in your mercy and your love. I swear I won't go down without a fight. The darkest night will always lead to light. Take my hand and help me find my way. I don't wanna die, just give me one more day. This I pray. Oh yeah. I crossed the bridge and lost my way. For years and years I've gone astray. And if I live another day, I pray the Lord to guide my way. I need a savior here right now. I know I'm sinking yet somehow. I'm reaching for some final peace before my time begins to cease. Yeah. I swear I won't go down without a fight. The darkest night will always lead to light. Take my hand and help me find my way. I don't wanna die, just give me one more day. This I pray. Yeah, yeah, I swear I won't go down without a fight. No, the darkest night will always lead to light. So take my hand and help me find my way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't wanna die, just give me one more day. Yeah, yeah. I swear I won't go down without a fight. No, the darkest night will always lead to light. Yeah, 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 yeah. Take my hand and help me find my way. I don't wanna die, just give me one more day. This time, now will lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take.
Can you hear my stomach growling, Rex?
No. Yeah, definitely at the very beginning does have that blaze of glory sound to it. Definitely, I would say, you know, it's definitely country sounding. The acoustic guitars, I feel, really add to that song too, in that sense. With that, I feel that song could definitely get airplay on country radio stations, no doubt. It sounds just like anything you would hear on there. I feel, in the solo, just kind of being whatever. I almost just want to say, hey, Free Bird from Skinner. It just, you know, I mean, it's just, the solo is great too. It's still got, it goes good with the song, that style of solo. I think it's one of their best ballads they've ever done.
I agree. Give me that over Honestly any day.
Yes.
That's my opinion. I love a good acoustic-based power ballad. I dig the backing organ that's in there. It's subtle. It's just right. It adds texture. I dig the theme of it. You know, forgive me, Lord, for I have sinned. A repentant theme, honestly, repentant. I dig that. Man, I'm loving Oz's backing vocals in that song, the harmony vocals. Oz, you know, Michael is such an iconic vocalist, and Oz is no slouch either. He has some very nice, strong vocals, and when his harmony vocals kick in, it really makes that chorus shine. So good job on that song. And how about accepting the invitation, Rex? You want to go to invitation only?
Sure.
Okay, let's give it a try here.
Am I the only one who sees beyond the sky? Am I the only one
Rex, did you accept the invitation?
Yeah. We know that, as Michael said, that song was actually recorded for the sessions for Against the Law. I could actually almost see that really being on In God We Trust instead. I don't know that would work for Against the Law as much, and maybe that's why it didn't get completely finished. But it definitely has that 80s feel. Another song that you can definitely, has the 80s feel, and you could just cruise down the road with that thing jamming out of your car. The keyboards are really cool in that. Adds that little, pizzazz. The background vocals, again, I really noticed are spectacular. And I really, as you saw, I really like the end of that with Robert strumming. That really finishes off the song good.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth. I would like to know, was this early 89 or latter 89 when this was written? Because, like you said, and like I have written in my notes, to me it leans more toward In God We Trust than Against the Law. And, 89 splits the difference between 88's release of In God We Trust and 1990's Against the Law. To me, it sounds more at home on the In God We Trust album.
Yeah. Hey, Kent, I just want to add something there. Michael has said that had more of a Van Halen Panama feel to it originally. So maybe that style would have fit on Against the Law maybe a little bit more. But as it is now, this song sounds more like it would have fit on In God We Trust.
Right. I agree with that. And yeah, that's something to take into consideration that I forgot about was I did see the interview where he mentioned that. So yeah, that would make some sense then as far as, some of that, or maybe being more fitting with Against the Law. Man, some great dual lead work in there. I was glad to have this song finally on, after Brett Christensen talked to us. I'm glad to have this in the fold now to kind of complete, even though it's not on the Against the Law album, it sounds right at home on Even the Devil Believes. It's a feel-good song for me. And the backing keys in this, the backing keyboard part, you know what I'm talking about, though. I don't know how to describe them. It reminds me of some Kansas, the band Kansas, some of the keyboard work off of their Leftoverture album. I can't place the song right at the moment because I'm in Stryper mode, but a little bit of, I don't know, it just reminds me, those keys, me being a Kansas fan, it takes me to some place on that Leftoverture album. Anyway, great song for Stryper. Again, those keys in there, they kind of, just like How to Fly, a little bit of a different new Stryper vibe. So the guys are, in their sound, in their framework, they're expanding some. And I'm really digging what I'm hearing. So that's just, and incidentally, friends, if you're watching this, and I apologize if I seem like I'm grumpy, or what's the word? When I listen to music, Rex, I concentrate. And I think I've shared this story with you. I'll make this quick. The very first time I ever got to see the band Kiss, and I was a huge Kiss fan way back in the 70s. My brother and sister-in-law and I went. I saw them for the first time, the original members in their full war paint back in '96. And my brother nudges me right in the middle of the concert, and I look at him, and he said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Nothing, man." And he's like, "Well, you're scowling." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm paying attention. I'm trying to analyze and absorb everything that's going on." And I said, "I'm having the time of my life. Leave me alone." That's what I'm doing here. I'm analyzing. So just food for thought. If our friends are still sticking with us at this point in the video, That's what I'm doing, is analyzing. I'm enjoying what I'm hearing. So, Rex, let's talk about Forgotten Rock and Roll, shall we? You ready to
Yes.
hit it?
Oh, yeah.
All righty.
I know you've got the feeling in you. I know it's deep within your soul. There's not a thing that you wouldn't do to take the prize and reach the goal. Stand up and shout out, there's one way, and it's all about the road, the road. Never let the devil claim your soul. Make it loud, take it slow. Raise your hands for God and rock and roll. New things are given from above. Yes. It reaches out and touches all. We're born to rock, created for love. But we've got to answer to the call. Stand up and shout out, there's one way for us to get out. The rock, the road. Never let the devil claim your soul. Make it loud, take it slow. Raise your hands for God and rock and roll.
That should make all Stryper fans happy with that song right there. To me, that just is everything great about Stryper and that song. No one should be disappointed with that song right there. It's got everything. It's just a good rocking song, a good, pump your fist into the air and The solo, that guitar sound in the solo is different. I don't know what kind of effects they're using, Kent, but I like it. I can't put my finger on it, but yeah, this is in my top 3 songs of the album.
Well, Rex, I don't know exactly what effects Stryper are using.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've seen Michael's rig set up, that he is stayed up, but I just think this is a fun song. I love the main riff. It's a great fist pumping rocker, modern rocker, but it also flashes some old school throwback licks, and that's what makes it fun. In the main riff and the solo, the main riff kind of takes me back to the late 70s metal, or very early 80s, and then the soloing. And I'm like you, I picked up on the tone. It's a little different. I will say that there's a staccato part, I can't even describe it. I got a little touch of Ace Frehley in there. Some of his Ace's style, maybe, I'm not saying they were copying Ace. I'm just saying that there's a part of that lick in there, the soloing, that reminds me of some Ace Frehley licks. And, of course, Ace has his influences too, right? So,
sure, yeah.
Bottom line, it's a fun song. It's a modern rocker, but it has an old school, fun throwback flavor to it. And that's what makes it fun. It's a cool tune, man. Rex, are you ready to give the middle finger?
Yep. I am not afraid.
All right, man. Let's rock on here. Middle finger Messiah.
He's our salvation. He's
Exterminator.
Well, the album begins and ends with the heaviest songs, I would say. And it's just, for me, it's just a little, I'm more the melodic guy, so I'm sure that people who really like the heavier sound of Stryper will like these. I do like the solo. I actually think the solo is very melodic. It's really not like some of the other solos from the album. So that solo in particular, I thought was very cool there. But yeah, if you like your Stryper hard and fast, you got it in Middle Finger Messiah.
I like the song. I think Stryper does a good job. You know, think about most of their albums. Stryper's always kind of had a history of opening and closing with hard numbers. They let you know they're there to rock, and by the time you leave the album, they don't want you to forget. I mean, look at Soldiers Under Command, and of course that was Battle Hymn, right, on the end of that album. But
yeah,
To Hell with the Devil. You had To Hell with the Devil, and then you had More Than a Man, wasn't it?
Yes.
And then on In God We Trust, you had In God We Trust and The Rain.
The Rain, yep.
You had Against the Law, and then you had Rock the Hell Out of You. And then, of course, you go on from No More Hell to Pay and Fallen and you know, everything after. You kind of have now, and I don't think Stryper does it just to do it. I mean, but it's cool that they have their melodic metal and then they have their harder edge, and it shows their influences. Everything is, as we've heard the guy say, from Styx and Journey to Judas Priest and Black Sabbath. You know, I like the song. It's fast and furious. That intro lick is tough, which the intro lick and then the lead-in riff to verse 1 are just cool, man. I'm loving where it's based from, man. Jesus said, "Don't suppose that I have come to bring peace to the land. It's not peace I have come to bring, but a sword." That's in Matthew 10:34. And then Jesus said, you know, it talks about the world hating him like a pariah. In John 15:18, he said, "If the world hates you, understand that it hated me first." I like this song because, man, it is full throttle musically and lyrically.
Yes, the lyrics, especially with the world today, and that's what they're trying to say is a lot of people are giving Jesus the middle finger, and
Right.
I hope people don't misunderstand the title of that song and what they're saying. If you read the lyrics, you definitely will know where they're coming from and not misunderstand what they're doing.
Right. And, you know, I'm not saying, hey, it's, the title is intriguing. And if people would investigate by reading or intently listening, they will discover. And I think that's the same way with the last album, you know, and the title song for the last album. Investigate, find out. I think they did a really good job, though, or Michael did lyrically, of bringing the point home with Middle Finger Messiah. There is no question as to what's being talked about. So, as you mentioned, that was Rex, a hard-hitting song to end the album, or is it the end? So I had ordered from Bandware. I ordered a bundle, t-shirt and disc, because I'm so hard on vinyl. I have not received my product yet, but that's okay. That's to be expected. I did get the full download album that came free with my purchase. I received that the eve prior to the official release date. And my download came with This I Pray, the Japanese import. Have you heard it yet, Rex?
No, I'm dying to hear it. I have ordered my CD, but it's probably going to be several weeks till I get it. But I'm really looking forward to it because I love the song, anyway. And so I think, and with Michael saying that him and some other people have almost thought they like this version better than what's on the album. So I'm curious to hear it.
Well, I will let you give your assessment.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Now lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Forgive me, Lord, for I have sinned. Have mercy on the shape I'm in. And if I've fallen from your grace, help me, Lord, to find my place. I'm in a storm with no way out. The water's rough, I'm tossed about. I know that there's blue skies above. It's in your mercy and your love. I swear I won't go down without a fight. The darkest night will always lead to light. Take my hand and help me find my way. I don't wanna die, just give me one more day. This I pray. Oh yeah. I crossed the bridge and lost my way. For years and years I've gone astray. If I live another day, I pray the Lord to guide my way. I need a Savior, hear my now. I know I'm sinking, yet somehow I'm reaching for some kind of peace before my time begins to cease. Yeah, I swear I won't go down without a fight. The darkest night will always lead to light. Take my hand and help me find my way. I don't wanna die, just give me one more day. This I pray. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Swear I won't go down without a fight, no. The darkest night will always lead to light. So take my hand and help me find my way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't wanna die, just give me one more day. Yeah, yeah. Swear I won't go down without a fight, no. The darkest night will always lead to light. Yeah, 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 yeah. Take my hand and help me find my way. I don't wanna die, just give me one more day. This time, now will every day to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take.
Wow. Yeah, it's amazing how taking the drums out of that makes that sound so much different. My wife is not a Stryper fan, but I think I could get her to listen to that version. I really like it, and I think that's the first time I've ever heard it. I actually think I like that version better than the regular studio album version. I'm really excited to get my CD for that. What do you think about it, Kent?
Well, like you alluded to, Rex, and maybe there's keep in mind, that's the first time that I've actually heard it in a concentrated mode, aside from just working with it for this. To me, there might be some minor tweaks with some things, but really it's just the drums mixed out of it, for the most part. I like a good rock ballad, emphasis on the word rock, put with ballad. So a great bonus. This is a great bonus. I'm going to go with the original though, because I like that. I like the drums in there. I can't get rid of the visual timekeeper, man. I wish they would have opted maybe to put sporadic tambourine
or something, or maybe instead of using drumsticks, just use some brushes or something and just give a little light percussion sound.
Right. So Rex, I don't want to just cut us off here, but we're nearing the 2-hour mark. But what would your overall assessment of this album be? What do you want to say about it overall? How does it fit into your Stryper catalog?
And I've seen some discussion already about this and whatnot. And yes, we're recording this only 2 days after it's been released, and trying not to listen to it a lot. But I'm actually gonna say I agree with Michael. I think it's the best Stryper album in the whole discography. And just as a whole, even though there are a couple songs that maybe aren't my cup of tea, as a whole, I would give this album an A. No question. And just, yeah, and from what we're seeing just from reviews for the most part and how well it's doing, it's definitely their best album. I'm going to be playing this the rest of the weekend and just trying to soak it in more. But yeah, this is, I feel, their best album, no question.
My overall assessment, I said, to my ears, it has an excellent blend of melody and metal. It has a very nice, crisp and punchy production. It's the most hook-laden and catchy among it's the most hook-laden and catchy among their last 4 top shelf releases. The last 4 releases, including this one, are the ones with the Stannis Decker artwork. And among the last 4 top shelf releases, which are great albums, I feel like this is the most hook-laden and catchy. In this frenetic world, even the devil believes uncorks a musical and lyrical urgency for the times. And in closing, 21st century Stryper is a war horse. They're still going strong. So that's what my assessment of this album is amongst 21st century Stryper. I would give this album an A. I'm not saying it's their best or anything like that or best ever or whatever, but I'm saying, to me, my listening experience, this album merits an A, and it is what it is. I feel like amongst the last 4 albums, including this one, it's the most hook-laden and catchy. So I'd like to tell our friends, if you're still sticking with this episode, thank you. And Saturday, September the 26th, which will be our next release episode after this one. We will have a special guest on that episode that you won't want to miss. Very interesting. So Rex, I'll give you the floor, and then when you finish, I will close out with scripture like we always do.
Okay. I don't really know what else to say. We just want to thank everyone for all their support. We appreciate you liking our Stryperdrive Facebook page and our YouTube site. If you like what you see, please keep on liking and subscribing. If you have any ideas or suggestions, we're more than open for that. And, me and Ken are just trying to do our best. And we love Stryper. We love the Lord. We just want to give the Lord all the praise and glory for this. And we just want to thank everyone for their support.
All righty. Well said, Rex. And just closing out here and thinking about Do Unto Others, big video from the album, great song. Jesus said in Luke 6:27-31, he said, "But to you who are listening, I say, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. If someone slaps you on one cheek, turn to them the other also. If someone takes your coat, do not withhold your shirt from them. Give to everyone who asks you, and if anyone takes what belongs to you, do not demand it back. Do to others as you would have them do to you." And, that's the Lord's words. And those are hard words to live by as a Christian, because I'm human. And so this album, and moreover, the words of the Lord, the scripture that's represented in this album, it's always God's word that really speaks. And so this album, the Lord's word in this album, is the best way to put it. It's really spoken to me, and I'm encouraged as a Christ follower to try to live my faith a little better, put my faith into action as the Bible commands. And so I've got some growing to do, in this day and age, especially with our environment. So the Lord's word is always timely, and it's timeless. It's not bound by time. And the Lord's word is certainly evident in this album. Kudos to all the writers of this Stryper album. The Lord's word is prominent, and it speaks. It's speaking to me through this album. So that's all I know to say. So Rex, if you don't have anything to say,
nope.
Say thank you, friends, and we'll see you next time. Good to see you, Rex. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.